Hello and welcome class 12 commerce. Today in this class I am going to start a new chapter of your business studies syllabus, that is consumer protection. Consumer protection is a chapter which is present in the part B section of your business studies syllabus. This chapter is also included in your first unit exam of 12. So please focus in today's chapter. Today we will focus in this chapter for the first time, and the name of the chapter is Consumer Protection. This is from part B of BSTD. Consumer protection is today's topic and today's chapter. Now, we all know that every business depends on the consumers. Consumers are considered as the pillars of any kind of business. Now, the traders and producers of any organization have a tendency, they offer and exploit the consumers in order to reap quick profits. In order to collect quick profits, they have a tendency of deceiving the customers in many ways. So in order to protect the interest of the consumers, this Consumer Protection Act has been introduced. So consumers should be saved from all kind of malpractices, all kind of unfair trade practices of the producers and the traders. Consumers protections means protecting the consumers, protecting the interest of the consumers from the exploitation or from the unfair trade practices offered by different kind of traders or producers. So consumer protection must be there. Before starting the chapter, I must tell you there is a Consumer Protection Act that has been introduced to safeguard the interest of the consumer. So Consumer Protection Act is one act which is passed by the law and order in order to safeguard the interest of the consumers. So this Consumer Protection Act was introduced and passed in the year 1986. Don't forget this year, because this year may come as a MCQ question in the question paper. So the act was passed in the year 1986. Now the question is that there are several ways of fooling the consumers. There are several ways that the producers or the traders can take the advantage of the weakness of any kind of consumer, and they may indulge in any kind of profiteering. They can indulge in various means to deceive the customer. Now what are those? Suppose they can indulge themselves in black marketing, then hoarding, adulteration of good. You have heard of adulteration, that is mixing of improper materials in the goods, that is called adulteration of goods. This is a kind where the consumers are cheated. So adulteration of good is also there. Apart from this, conspiracy of monopoly is also there. Conspiracy of monopoly is also there. So in this way many things are there. Maybe it can be wrong information regarding any quality of goods. So wrong information can also be provided to the consumers. Providing of wrong information to the consumers. Some kind of information is provided which is not useful, which is not good, not true. So these are the various means. Apart from these, restricted output to raise the prices, and many kind of illegal concessions may be given. Many kind of process are there through which consumers can be befooled. So consumer protection, here lies the importance of consumer protection, which comes to safeguard the interest of all kind of consumers. Now what is the need? What is the need of this consumer protection? These are needed because of several reasons. Consumers may not have adequate education to evaluate the guidelines of the product. Consumers are generally careless. They are indifferent to their own interest. They don't know what they want. Sometimes they are confused. They are not They don't have a clarity about what they need and what they don't need. Consumers also they generally have less knowledge. They are against the abuse of monopolies, but they cannot uh, they want protection. They want protection against goods that are unsafe to their health. Consumers do not feel strong enough to combat against the sellers. They prefer to return the deceived goods. Consumers want protection as they are influenced by the mass advertising media nowadays. So they need protection for several factors, as you can see. And this Consumer Protection Act comes forward to help the consumers in different ways, just the way I have told you. Consumers self-help, there are different methods. Now there are different methods of this consumer protection. One by one I will tell you the methods also. The methods of consumers protection are, suppose consumers self-help. This is one method. There are alternative ways and means by consumer protection. This is one of the methods, consumer self-help. This is called consumers union, through which consumers can organize themselves to form a common platform from which they can fight the common evils that they face. There can be consumers forums where they can lodge their grievances, their griefs, their complaints against any kind of product. So this is consumer self-help. Another one is self-discipline by manufacturers and traders. This is another thing that is called self-discipline. This is also given. This is also the producers and the traders should resort to self-discipline. This belongs to the producers, because they must adopt fair and just business practices. They should avoid temptation of making extra profit. They should avoid trade malpractices. They should avoid monopolistic trade practices. They should provide transparent information about all their products for the benefit of the consumers. They not always think about making their own profit or creating their own profit, taking their own profit into a high level. Rather, they must think of the interest of the consumers. They must provide transparent and clear information, unambiguous information to any kind of consumers, because consumers are blind. They are depending on the traders and the manufacturers about the usage of any product, about the utility of any product. So it is the duty, it is the kind of self-discipline from the part of the producers and the manufacturer to provide the consumer with proper knowledge of goods. So self-discipline is for that. Another is enactment of laws by the government. So consumer society can help them, trader society can help the consumers, and then it can be enactment of laws. Enactment of laws through which the government has a great role to play, because government always comes forward in this case. They will have to interfere and regulate the business practices of any trader in order to protect the consumers. For the purpose, government has to come forward. They have to restrict the unnecessary price hike. They have to restrict the unnecessary shortage creation of any kind of trader upon any goods. They have to come forward with rationing facilities. So these type of facilities government have to come forward to protect the interest of the common people, so that the common people can avail all the products, they can use all the products, they can get grip over at least the necessity products. So the government of India have passed number of acts to regulate the production, supply, price, quality, quantity, distribution, etc. So many acts are passed by the government in order to help the consumers. So this is all about Consumer Protection Act and the reasons behind these, the raise of these kind of act. And there are several factors, there are several ways to help them. So in my next class, I will explain with many more things related to this consumer protection chapter. Today I am ending this class over here. So I hope whatever I have explained, whatever I have introduced a little in this class, you have got the concept of this consumer protection. So wait till my next class.